Alien Romulus, let's get into it. I want to first start off saying that this is a good film. It's a decent film. And I am an Alien franchise fanatic. Number 2 is still my favorite, Aliens. And then behind that is Alien. So those are my top 2 of the franchise. But this film has a lot of great things to it. Let me first start off with saying that the story was exactly what it needed to be. They did not try to emulate or go back and try to recreate the other stories, which I am happy about. They also took a character, which is the lead role in this film, and they did not try to mirror or match it to Sigourney Weaver's character, Ripley, which again, they made a good choice there because that would have just ruined this film. They created this character that's the lead that I think has a different type of depth than Sigourney Weaver's character did, minus the badassery. Like, I think they were attempting to make her badassery by the end, but it kind of fell short for me. There's no more badassery than Sigourney Weaver's character. I'm just going to lay that out. But it was good. The dialogue at times, again, it was decent, but then there were times where you're like, well, why did they say that? Or what? Really? Like, it seemed really planned and not organic, okay? Then let's get into the aliens themselves. This is by far the most aliens you're ever going to see in any of these franchises, I think. Now, at first I was hating that. I was hating because I really enjoyed that. Are you going to see them? Are you going to, that sort of feel to a lot of these films, but they just give them to you and they're everywhere. But I understand that filmmaking today, the audience expects that. And I go back to thinking about why did they do what they did to Twisters and this over the top, and why did they have to throw the kitchen sink at you? They're doing the same thing in this film, but I get it. It's for a different audience. It's probably not for me as a 51-year-old, and I get the expectation of people that go to the cinema nowadays. They expect these big, things. So I wasn't even hating on that. I get it, and I'm here for it, okay? The acting is good. There's nobody really in this that I say is a standout where you're like, holy shit, but they're all good. I hope to see these actors and actresses in more upcoming stuff. They all nailed it. Then let's talk about the cinematography, which is really, just go see this film for that. It is beautiful and is exactly what you want from a sci-fi alien film. It has that darkness. It has these shots that are done so well. Kudos to the cinematographer on this. It really was magnificent. And go see this in the theater because you do have those elements with the music that's being done and the cinematography, and it all works really well. There's some jumps. This is definitely more horror than I felt in past versions of within this franchise. I mean, the second half of this film, again, felt a little disconnected from the first half for me, where the first half gives you that feeling of what aliens films are like. And then the second half kind of goes off on a different course in a new way of sci-fi, which, again, not hating on it, wasn't expecting it. I'm not giving it away, but it did feel a lot more horror to me than a scary sci-fi film. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars. It's definitely worth a watch, especially if you love this franchise as much as I do. And let me know your thoughts if you have seen it. Just go see it. It's a badass film.